Normally, when I start a recording like this, I get a little bout of anxiety in the pit of my stomach. But I can kind of defeat it because I know somewhat what to expect with whatever it is I'm playing or reading or doing in general. I can kind of mentally plan ahead for that. That being said, in this instance, I don't really have that luxury. I couldn't know less about this game or this visual novel if I tried to. I know next to nothing. So let's get it. Let's clear a couple things up quickly. I have heard about these a lot. A lot of people play them. There seems to be a really, really fun and morbid enjoyment of them. And I'm kind of trying to get more into horror. I'm already quite into horror. The process is already going swimmingly on that front, but this feels like the big test. That being said, I don't even know what type of horror this is going to be. Don't know if I'm in for jump scares, don't know if I'm in for slowly building psychological horror. I definitely have my preferences on that front, but I'll kind of take this as we take what we get here. I have read a quick guide on how to read these because this is one of those pieces of media that requires a guide to read. Thankfully, the guide did say, if you just want to read them in order, just do that. Don't worry too much. I get the impression there'll be plenty of worrying being done anyway. So yeah, I'm just playing this regular. Additional point, obviously, at some point, content warnings are going to come into play here. I don't know what they are. To be completely honest with you, I have no clue. Because like I say, I know nothing. All I know about this is that at some point, something bad will happen. And then it will continue to happen, probably. But it'll be fine, I'm sure. Last point, I am starting this about 2 weeks after I shared this channel with my real life, like, local friends who I absolutely adore, but I don't know how to put this, but look, I wouldn't talk to my local friends about Danganronpa. They're into things that well-adjusted people are into. So, hey, if any of you are watching this, I can't be held responsible, and I don't know what's going to happen. But hello. Anyway, Higurashi When They Cry. Now that all the preamble's out of the way, I'm just going to start. Okay, welcome to the world of Higurashi When They Cry. The Onikakushi arc will be the opening inviting you into this world. Don't play tough. Please just enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty is extremely high, but I hope you will enjoy the reward. This is a visual, not what? Okay. No, I changed my mind. Okay. I'm already terrified. The horror is kicking in much quicker than I thought it would. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if the world will not forgive you. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if you will not forgive the world. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? Frederica Bernstein. This is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons or organization? Oh, shitting hell. Okay, early summer, the 58th year, 1983. I can't. Why? Ugh. They were going to be ripped apart, anyways. Having my body ripped apart would have been far better. I trusted her. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realise I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears were making a mess of my face. That mechanical, repetitious sound finally stilled and everything fell silent. Only the cry of the cicadas remained, annoyingly loud. And yet, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She's no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there were none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why? This pain, my eyes getting moist. Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough. And countless times I'd wavered over whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Except I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that, I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand that painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me? I've tried more than enough. I'll acknowledge that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind with her. Like flowers by a grave. Now then. Calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. This is the first chapter, right? Perhaps I really did love you. Higurashi When They Cry. Yeah, I'm sure this is the first chapter. Yeah. One moment. Alright, I quickly checked a walkthrough on YouTube, and that is indeed how this starts, so cool. That's fine. Okay. I should be confused, clearly. Oops. Silly me. My scroll wheel on my mouse that is about 11 plus years old is on its way out, and merely like softly gliding my finger over it causes it to activate. The poor thing. I ought to replace this mouse, but my hand has actually conformed to its shape now, and I just can't bring myself to. Nothing could replace my disgusting rat mouse. And this too is Yuri. I need to figure out how to make the cursor go away. One moment. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Someone has been apologising for a while now. I wonder what she's apologising for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I'd last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads. The melodious cacophony of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of locusts and the babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Cicadas. I really ought to know how to fucking pronounce cicadas if I'm going to be playing a game in 1 minute.
British English, this is said as cicada.
Cicada. Okay, so apparently in Britain we say cicada.
American English, however, is usually said as cicada.
Cicada in American English. Hey, you know what? Sue me, Britain. You would if you could, probably. I'm gonna go for cicada. I'm more familiar with that one, probably because of all the Americans I talked to, and I kind of need to repent after playing Omori and pronouncing basil as basil the whole time through. This is my penance for that. I will now say cicada. 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 Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There is nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints. There aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. Even an ice cream parlour will be unlikely. Really, really living in the sticks at night. And it's one of those where, like, if I imagine it in my head, that sounds incredible. Like, I want to live there and I want to write, but, I feel like I'd take a lot of the things for granted that I have right now, as much as a lot of the other things annoy me. So maybe I probably don't want to live in this town, put it that way. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. I can't ride a bike, so I'm fucked. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and ice cream parlours and arcades, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I had lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlour. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. It's one of those, you don't know what you've got till it's gone things. Should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologising. Who is she apologising to? She's apologised so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologise so much. I started to feel a little bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. Interesting. Interesting worldview to have right off the bat. Assuming I'm playing as a protagonist, or, you know, I'm reading the thoughts of the protagonist here, and assuming some horrifying things are going to happen, I wonder how long you'll stick to those guns. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. You want to bet? You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologising even now. Then, has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she has done, but if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologises, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologising in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey, you. The one she's apologising to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologising in such a pathetic voice. Keiichi, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally aroused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seemed the train had reached its final stop. I love the pictures in this game so much. My head keeps leaning to call it a game, and like, I might stick with that. I apologise if it's considered inaccurate, but on the other hand, I've stepped up to bat for visual novels being games for a long time, so I don't want to suddenly change that. But I love the art. It feels kind of like, I don't know, like, it feels like it feels like how I imagine like a memory would look if I could, you know, visually imagine things like that. because I can't visually imagine things. I kind of can in a very abstract way. Like, I don't think I have full-on, like, aphantasia, because if I close my eyes, I can kind of imagine an apple. It's not visually an apple, but, like, there's some kind of a form that I can recognize as an apple. If I could visually remember things, I feel like this is what it would be like. I also just love train stations in the middle of nowhere. I have had to sort of wait in a couple of train stations before, just like absolutely in the sticks. And it's really, really cool. There's no feeling like it. Love it. We'd spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. From there, we'd take a car deeper into the mountains. Pretty. Past where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. There, where I live now. Hinamizawa. Pretty. But also such a mundane, like a mundane prison. It's so far from everything. Like, if stuff gets bad, we can't run away. We're in a small village in the middle of nowhere. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although, in exchange, you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighbouring house was far away on the other side. So I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. Yo, this music. Okay. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looks easy. I'd never tell him that, though. I get the appeal in a way. It's a very freeing life to live. I'd love to live that life. For me, not just because it looks easy, I just love the freedom of that. Making your own time and like... That's a life that's yours, you know? God, I'm really speaking like someone who has a 8:30 shift tomorrow. Mum laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg and grilled salmon. My mum was such a good cook it was scary. Perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mum never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. Seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Keiichi. Right, Keiichi. I gotta remember that name. Keiichi. That's us. If I don't wake up early, I won't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good. Full bowl of rice, or will half be enough? Pile it on. First, I savoured the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that, I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent, as usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mum gave me a warm smile. I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast ever since we moved here, Keiichi. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mum made me each morning. That was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that's what you could call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up every day to make. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of the time, Mum rushed me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet up with Reina-chan? Hurry, hurry! Mum really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Reina is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. But, well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Reina wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door. Please thank Reina-chan for the pickles. Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I would have saved them a bit more. Morning. Oh my gosh, it's a sprite of a character. I'm not one for doing... I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do ridiculous voices right now. Actually, because I'm recovering from a cold. I'm through the worst of it. I stayed up until 2 o'clock last night, which is a good sign. A few nights before that, I've been going to bed at 10 and sleeping for 12 hours when I could. Now that I'm nocturnal again, it's a good sign of good health. Keiichi-kun, good morning. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting. She's so conscientious and such a good person. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Keiichi-kun, you're so cold. I wait for you all the time. I'll leave you in the dust, without looking back. Why are you so mean? Why? Rena had a slightly troubled look on her face. Oh no, she can't tell we're joking. This is so sad. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her... Oops. How quickly her mood changed. I'm kidding, I'd wait for you. With those words, Rena seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Thank you. I'd wait forever until you came, Rena. No matter how long. Forever. Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. You jerk. Keiichi, you fucking jerk. Have you ever read a romance novel, Rena? Huh? I haven't. Never read any before. From that response, I gathered she was interested in them, but too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh, yeah, message from Mum. She says thanks for the pickles. It was nothing, you're welcome. How were they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavour to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something before that. Were you the one who pickled them, Rena? Or was it your mum? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? Her attitude completely changed as he began to panic frantically. Was it you, Rena, or was it your mum? Why are you asking who made them? Why? depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. Huh? She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she'd used to pickle them. This poor fucking girl. Oh my god. Like a walking ball of anxiety. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. At least you're self-aware. I don't know if that makes it worse or not, though. Being completely unaware of the effect you're having, or being aware of the effect you're having and then opting to not change course. That's a tough call. Irena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response. You've got to acting like a fish, Keiichi. Good job. It was me. Delicious. Huh? Pretty good, just like the last ones. They went perfectly with her rice. Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Reina never actually gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it, Reina. I'll train you until you can handle it like the average person. Oh, right, so there's like a secret heroic reason for all of this. Got you, okay. I'm just gonna go and pause the recording so I can cough a bunch. And also think about how fucking weak sauce an excuse that is, Keiichi. Wick saved. Okay. So I decided for myself. Okay, we weren't even done with a sentence. And you've already ruined it. Let's go. If we keep Mion rating, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just kept spacing out otherwise, I called Reina back to reality so we could make our way to school. Damn it! I spoke in the wrong cadence. Oh well. This strange, easily flustered girl is Reina Ryugu. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realise it's not just her name that's strange. Mi-chan, good morning. Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved. Ah, finally, you two are late. Usually you're the one who's late. In sharp contrast to the diligent Reina, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Sonozaki. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of our class. Morning, Reina. It's been a while, Kei-chan. How many years? I was only off 2 days. Ah ha ha. You don't say. You were so much cuter back then. Mion's gaze stared at my chest, then dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. So she was saying it was my crotch that was cuter back then? Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her. Bro, who are you talking to? I've grown quite splendidly. You'd be surprised. Not only is he bigger, but he has a little mustache now. Being so engorged with energy every morning is quite a problem, though. I'll introduce you next time, so be sure to greet him properly. Don't say next time. Right now is just fine. How about letting the little guy get a breath of fresh morning air? What the you know what? I decided to dissociate the moment this section of dialogue began. I snapped back into reality just now, and I don't regret having regret having fucking nipped out. I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty you could smell it fouling up the morning air before. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes. Gotcha. Time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hand reached for my fly, Reina began to ramble in a near panic. Yeah, me too. Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Red-faced and flustered, Reina tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. How was it? Oh, thank God, okay. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I'm so glad we're talking about the city. Okay. Lock in. Lock in for weird media. How was it seeing the city again? Mion switched gears, dropping the dirty chalk and changing the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning. Oops. I only went for a funeral, I didn't have much time. So, yeah, did you look for it? That thing I asked for? You're not listening at all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have any time to look around in toy stores. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Toy stores and hobby shops are completely different, you know. It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here, after all. Is this about games again, Mi-chan? Mion nodded proudly as Reina giggled. Yep, I wanted K-chan to bring me back a Westport catalogue, you see. Westport was short for Western Imported Games. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. You can just get them to send you one in the mail, can't you? Well, guess I have to now. I'm gonna get another game full of hot action. This time, I'd like a game that's easy to understand. Mion is a board and card game enthusiast, and I hear she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Reina, Mion's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foreign games. There's a game you think I'd understand, let me play too. Huh, of course. If K-chan is up for it. I should warn you though, we're pretty tough. Just what I want. I play all sorts of games, I don't intend to lose. Whoa. Then we'll let you in the group this time, I guess. Bristling with joy from head to toe, Reina looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink and her expression perked up even further. I thought boys preferred playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to. Reina laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I had moved here less than a month ago. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I'll have to try harder to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I felt like if I acted a bit more open than I usually am, it should probably be about right for this place. Okay. We have a couple of friends. That's great news. That's excellent news. Oh, dearie me. I think I need to go and take a whole tablet. It's good that I'm doing this talking test now, because I have to talk a lot at work, and now I know that I need to take tablets beforehand. Lest I endured a sore throat and dry cough of a hubris-filled woman who thought she had defeated the cold. Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. That's fucking nerve-wracking. If you fuck up the social games in this one class, that's it. You're doomed. Like, you know, you're doomed. That's your entire fucking developmental years fucked. Because you're being bullied and there's no fucking escape. Oh, God. Maybe I am glad I... Well, then again, I say I'm glad I didn't live in this situation, but I was bullied throughout all my developmental years, and now I'm playing Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 1. So, here we are. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. And that means you've got like the straight A students and the people who have been failed by the education system in the same class, so that's great as well. I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building and they actually had separate classes. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. What do you mean something happened? Oh, you know, I don't think I'm not noting that down. I got a notepad on screen, ready to, you know, during editing, add notes to it. Okay? You better fucking believe I'm noting that one down. What happened? Tell me what happened. I was no, okay. Fucking no questions, eh? I don't know why I'm expecting a POV character who asks follow-up questions and wants to find out about the world around him. This is a guy in a Japanese visual novel. Anyway, yeah, he was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school, but not that that was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Huh. Too bad. I wasn't going to fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You meant for this to be a test of my skills. Mion chuckled with a hearty smirk on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Raina. It's dangerous. She's here. Huh? Then Satoko-chan is... Her name was Satoko Huju. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. Too obvious, Satoko. A hearty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Kei-chan. I guess that means you win this round. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Satoko liked to combine a variety of traps. Traps that were there simply to bait you into the main one. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. Oh damn, okay. That was just the obvious trap to distract from the secret trap. That's funny. I also feel like this is foreshadowing. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. So then why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is. That's what Satoko was after. Making me focus my attention upward, so as I lifted my hand to the door, there were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door handle with tape. A frightening trap. A potent and terrifying trap. Concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, Satoko. But in the end, nothing more than the trivial machinations of a child. For fuck's sake, this is so funny. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. You just got hit by the fucking triple bluff. The thumbtacks were a second distraction to distract from the fucking goop. The bucket full of goop that's about to rain down on you. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of jump rope catching on my leg. By the time I realised she had me, hook, line and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Kei-chan, watch out! Instinctively reaching to me on shrill warning. Reacting to it, I twisted my body in midair before I landed on the floor. Ow, ow, ow! An inkstone, filled to the brim, was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation had I landed square on it. An inkstone. Oh, a stone mortar for grinding and containing ink. We would have had an ink stain all over us. Right, got you. Wait, that's her? She's the one responsible for this tomfoolery. Cool. I'll never underestimate her again. I'm not underestimating anyone ever. Okay? I may not have fucking done this rodeo before, but I can read context clues. My, what do we have here? A fair morning to you, Keiichi-san. Aren't we a lively one this morning? Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a step up from your usual traps, Satoko. I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. You're quite unlucky this morning. You little... Ow, 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 ow. It seemed I'd inadvertently sprained my back a little when I'd landed. That's the cost of not getting ink all over you. Oh my god. Better than landing on that inkstone. A small hand gently rubbed my head. Oh god, we're introducing loads of characters. Okay, we've got 5 people now, I think. Wait. Myself. Reina. I've forgotten all the other names. Yeah, okay, we're up to 4 characters and myself. A small hand gently rubbed my head. Pain, pain, go away. The small dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head. You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears. I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks, Rika-chan. The pain's going away now. Yay! Rika-chan, good morning! Good morning to you, Reina. A good morning to all. Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Reina, Mion, and I all bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So much better than Satoko. I glared over in her direction. Satoko was whistling whilst rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. I am the very model of a good girl. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly what proof? Wah! I picked up Sakoto by the back of her collar. She looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Try saying that. You won't say it. I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Satoko's forehead. I am against violence. You don't even have any proof. Just so you know, my forehead flick really hurts. I can split plywood right in half. For fuck's sake. Are we is this character the only guy in this class? Eek, stop, get away from me, you beast! Don't say that in a way people will misunderstand. A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Rika-chan really is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? Gently released my grip on Satoko, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped forced as she still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick. She's crying. You made her cry. Bullying girls, Keiichi, not cool. Wailing and then saying it doesn't bother me. Cool. One. You mustn't cry, Satoko. Keep on fighting, yeah. Rika gently patted the head of her prankster friend. You would never guess these two are the same age. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan. Next time, set an even more amazing trap. Wait a minute. As she observed the scene, Reina's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. How? Satoko-chan is crying. So cute. Why do you find someone crying cute? Why do you find someone crying cute? Okay. Right, fine, fine. You can't take them home. Huh? But they're so cute. You can't, no matter how cute they are. But just for a bit, it's fine. It's fine. Reina kept a cutesy face even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Reina is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person. Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Give it up. And I can just look. Just looking. That should be fine, right? Right? Reina swooned over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamizawa, I'll be forced to turn Reina into the authorities. Oh, okay. So I'm in this weird sort of like paradox right now where I'm picking up on the things that I just have a feeling are going to be really, really funny and quirky to look back on later when everything goes to absolute shit. But I have also been successfully lulled into a false sense of security. I'm fully charmed by the situation. And even though I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, note that, jot that down, note that away for when everything happens. Even with that, I'm still like, I'm fully prone and ready, like, for this game to ruin my life. Okay. Forgive me, Reina. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away. The teacher's coming. Quickly, clean everything up. Satoko, that inkstone is yours, right? Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtack stuck to the door handle were an even bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Satoko was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher had entered the room, the bedlam before had been neatly tidied up. Haha, we made it in time! Rise, attention! Mion gave out the morning commands. Oh! All the grades are in one class. I forgot about that. Yeah, of course. Oh, I hadn't forgot. I just hadn't quite connected with me. It's literally one class. Wow, yeah, okay. How does that even work? Like, I don't know, like, you know, learning timetable-wise. So, like, the 5-year-olds learning the advanced algebra that everyone else... I don't know, whatever. It's difficult being a teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. Okay. But naturally, she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Reina and Mion, being in the higher grade in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping teach the younger kids, so it seems like they can never get to their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Reina and Mion with their studies. You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand. Reina took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. Makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. They say that to teach someone something, you need to understand it backwards and forwards. So while you're teaching us, you're getting in your own practice. In contrast, this person over here is quite, relaxed in French about things. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this serious, it'll be trouble later on. These marks. It's not like I'm aiming to go on to a prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entrance exams a little at a time. Staunch Defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relaxed than someone who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exams. Mi-chan, Keiichi-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too. You're such a good and honest kid, Reina. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school. What? Thanks so much. Especially you, Reina. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lessons. A puff of smoke, shaped like a halo, popped out of Reina's head. Wow, literally? That actually happened? Quick save. Exactly what kind of private lesson is she fantasizing about that's making her turn so red? I'm a gross teenage boy. Fine. Whatever. Whatever. We've all been teenagers. Fucking better have all been teenagers. If anyone watching this hasn't been a teenager yet, go away! Go away! While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question. So in the city, do you have to study this much? If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into university. So you study just to get into a university? Well, yeah, basically. While knowing that this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out here, you can get into university as long as your attendance is good enough. Really? Study equals entrance exams. Having the basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. That is right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant reading them out with an exam. If anyone can't get into university, then there's no need to be uptight about all this stuff, right? Well, that's true, but you should at least know stuff that's common knowledge. This old geezer thinks that, instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things. It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deeper meaning. In place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted through the classroom. Kei-chan, we're done, it's our wonderful lunchtime. In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the command that signalled the end of the morning period. Keiichi-kun, let's have lunch. I might have been making a very troubled face. Reina smiled brightly at me. Alright. Let's see. God. This is a very quaint sort of place, to be fair. I love the idea of a school so small that instead of there being like a proper bell, the principal just walks down the hall with a little handbell. There seem to be different cliques even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different and we had both boys and girls. But we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Reina and Mion pushed their desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Satoko and Rika-chan were slowly lugging their desks over as well. Keiichi-kun, hurry, hurry! Reina waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes. Keiichi-san's lunchbox is most assuredly filled with nothing but bread crusts like some sort of destitute plebeian. Oh god. If my partner ever plays this game, I have a feeling I know who their favourite character might be. Why don't you just show it to us? Come now! Even though Satoko was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Well then, Representative Me, please give the signal to start. At first this was kinda embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may have all been different, but we were all friends. Let's eat. The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully through the classroom. Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course there were other boys in class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compare that to girls, well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everyone was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mion noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Keiichi's lunch extravagant today? My, isn't Madame Satoko... My, isn't Madame Satoko's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Buying into the fight that Satoko was starting, our chopsticks locked in a cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. My, how delicious! Oh, this taro is good. The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile. I saved some from dinner last night. By the way, Satoko and Rika-chan's lunches are always the same. It seems that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Really? You have problems at home, don't you? Anyway, sorry, just get back to it. Rika-chan made this too. These taste like Mum's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mould, they were done by hand with a knife. Oh cool, so she's experienced with a knife, that's great! God damn it, 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 god damn it! That's not easy to do. No, it takes experience with a knife. Okay. Yeah. So, cool. I guess Rika-chan is just good at this sort of thing. She's really good at sewing, laundry, and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing! Rika is quite exceptional in many ways. Oh! That's nothing for you to boast about. Reina's actually better at cooking than I am. Huh? Well, you know... It seemed that the topic of conversation switched to switched to Reina when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Reina's lunch really was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Reina's lunchbox constantly. Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made a lot this time. Good, I hope. I hope. It's got high marks from me. Ah, Mion, you're taking too much. Knocking Mion's chopsticks aside, I reached out, trying to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rika-chan reached over at the same time and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthful after mouthful whilst praising it, and Reina's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kinda bad that no one thought to leave any for Reina. What the fuck? That's so... Oh... Well, Reina seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. How do you like it? Isn't Reina-san an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Keiichi-san. I said that's nothing for you to boast about. You're not much different from Kei-chan, Sasoko. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? Satoko's face went pale. Hey, even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know. Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Keiichi-kun, both taste good when they're boiled and topped with mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on her. Me-chan too. I agree I guess I agree in that we shouldn't be picking on her, but I disagree. They don't both taste good. I fucking hate cauliflower. Broccoli, mostly fine. I don't like really, really strong tasting broccoli that's got that proper boiled taste, but I do like some nice simple broccoli. Cauliflower is just universally disgraceful to me. I loathe it. Reina hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed heartily as she drew closer to Satoko. I need to get used to saying Satoko. For some reason I keep on reading it as Sakoto, and that's not right. Well, just pretend it's a little home ec session. Now then, Satoko, what's this? Mion lifted up her chopsticks. Between them was a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon. But that's asparagus. Mion made eye contact with me, and within 0.3 seconds, had Rika-chan's mouth covered. This is gaslighting! Stop gaslighting the child! Holding a piece of bacon-wrapped asparagus and giving her the two choices. She's pretty terrible. Well, the yellow one is cauliflower. No, wait, the green one is cauliflower. So which? Probably the yellow one is broccoli and the blue one is cauliflower, but the green one is, Do you really know which is which? How about you just give up? I'd expect no less from the class representative. What, then gaslighting the small children? The oldest? The way she drives people into a corner just shows how much experience she has. This is just a punch, but being brought into the Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. I do know. I really do. Then answer the question. I know. Wah. She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. Don't start this shit again. You're concerning me too. Everyone here you know what? The only one who doesn't concern me is the one who put thumbtacks all over the door. But this is only because I have advanced knowledge of the genre of the thing I'm playing. If I didn't have advanced knowledge, I probably would only be concerned about one of them. Reina entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. I really, really don't like this. Like, I don't like the idea that this is cute to her. I don't like the implications of that. Reina was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheek against Satoko's head and smothered her. Really a very content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile. Reina, Mimi is picking on me. Where? Oh, cool. Reina will take care of all those bad people who tease my little sister. Bang! Oh my god, first jump scare. First jump scare of the game. What was that just now? Both of Reina's fists shot out at supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled spread eagle on the floor. staring up at the ceiling with matching welts on our faces. It's the first time you got one, right? Today she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. Who the fuck? Who just punched us? I'll be careful when I'm in striking distance of Reina. A Reina? Oh, Reina punched us because we were being me. Oh, okay, I see. What the fuck? Wow, she packs a punch. Okay. From now on, I'll be careful whenever I'm within striking distance of Reina. Yeah, you better. See, Satoko-chan, I took care of them. Cute. I want to take you home. Making sure Reina couldn't see it, Satoko stuck her tongue out at us. Damn it all, using Reina like a puppet. Rika-chan massaged our bruises without saying a word. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance. Hey, Keiichi-kun, tomorrow do you have plans or anything? Huh? It was such a direct question from Reina, I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Reina saw me lost for words and realised I misunderstood and turned red as well. No, I didn't mean it like that. You see... So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Reina's in a panic, I went along with it a little. Oh really? So... it wasn't meant that way? Huh? Huh? Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning the reaction. Keiichi-kun, why are you so disappointed? Why? Why? She fucking... Oh, great. We're causing a scene. Unable to hold it any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see. This old geezer never knew you could push her buttons like that. Huh? Huh? What is it? Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach, when Rina flailed about, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Reina's hair. Kidding, sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one. Huh? Huh? A joke? Since when? Since when? About halfway through. Halfway? It's okay, Chan, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start. Huh? That means... It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see... Saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavourable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. So why were you asking if I was free tomorrow, Reina? Huh? Oh, what were we talking about? It had been so long that Reina had forgotten. That's how long Mion had teased me. It's just... Hey-chan, you probably can't find your way around Hinamizawa by yourself yet, can you? That was true. I hate to say it, but you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we're playing pin a tail on the donkey. I wouldn't be able to tell up from down here. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. Yes. So, you see, tomorrow we were thinking that Mi-chan and I could escort you through Hinamizawa and show you around. That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. You'll come, of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know. If I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. I was being stubborn so as to not give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so up front. Oh, you little scamp, oh my god, you fuck's sake. This fucking... Heichi-kun, you're not free perhaps? Perhaps? Well, Mion and I had our rather sour back and forth. Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave in. Sorry, forgive me, I apologise. I'm free. Great! The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face as it blossomed into a smile. Hey now, hey now. Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me compared to Rena, isn't there? Even Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. Well, her being annoyed was very interesting. So I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should just be the two of us tomorrow, leave grumpy old Mion behind. Huh? Whoa. If Heichi-kun is okay with that, then... I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me, Keiichi Maibara. It'd be great if the two of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, Rena? If we're bringing a basket, I'll make all the food, maybe? Maybe? Don't you ignore me too, Rena. I'll tell everyone that you two disappeared into the hotel district together. Well then, I'm going home right now to start making it. Tomorrow is going to be so fun. Later, Keiichi-kun, Mi-chan, bye! Rena bounded off like she was walking on the moon. Did she just fucking, like, lamp Mion again? After the dust settled, all that was left was me, standing next to Mion, sprawled out on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you guys. Since you came, they've become sharper. This old geezer's body can't handle it. That's interesting. She's gotten better at punching people since my arrival. Maybe it'd be easy if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rena want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the results might be fatal. Stop saying shit like that! For fuck's sake! Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs. It felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose to Rena. You need to train up and have a rematch. Hey, Kei-chan, you should. This old geezer will root for you. Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. Well, there you go. Why can she fucking move like that? You have received new tips. We're a mixed grade. We don't have a uniform. View all tips. The hell is this? I ain't looking at that shit. That's fine. That's fine with me. Wait, there's something more I gotta do. I gotta do something more. I looked very quickly on a walkthrough. Don't worry, didn't spoil anything for myself. But I just wanted to see how that person reacted to the tips. I was confused about that. I can click on these apparently and stuff will happen. I must click. I must click on the things immediately. Prepare for the click. We're a mixed grade. So, Rena, we're the same age. Yes, that's right. We're the same zodiac animal too. Hey, now it'd be weird if we were the same age, but not the same zodiac animal. That's not true. If your birthday isn't the same, then you can have different animals even if you're the same age. Huh? Oh, I see. Mion, you're pretty smart. What month were you born, by the way, Keiichi-kun? I'm July. Reina smirked and puffed up with pride. Hey now, what's the meaning of this? She's not planning to be all high and mighty if her birthday is a wee bit sooner than mine, is she? Ha! Don't even. It's impossible to challenge me by birthday. I wouldn't even mind if you bet $1 per month. Huh? We live in Japan. Why would we bet in dollars? Huh? Why? Why? Reina panicked at suddenly being challenged to a wager. Given how panicked she is, I'm certain she doesn't have much allowance left this month. Just sending her into a panic is about something as simple as a birthday is so fun I can't help myself. So that means you were born in April, Kei-chan? Right on. Too bad, Reina. I'm already far older than Reina. God, it's like chucking it down with rain out there. Oh, I see. And you're the same age as me, Chan. Well, it's just a few months. That gap will open up again soon enough. Mion snickered through her nose. You know, that's not something to get all high and mighty about. As if I'm one to talk. Now that you mention it, you're in a higher grade, right, Mion? If you're into underclassmen, then I can be an underclassman from now on. Mi-chan, you're not making any sense to me. Oh, a minute. I need to investigate the rain. Oh shit. That ain't just rain, that's big old chunks of ice. Great, love it. Just by seeing Reina's blushing face, she could tell you could tell she knew exactly what she meant by it, though. Then Satoko and Rika-chan are underclassmen. Their grade is so different that they should be in a different school, shouldn't they? Keiichi-kun, your tastes are a bit too young, I think. You're not making any sense yourself, Reina. I'll just grab onto her head and scruff it up a bit. Oh my god. Cool, well, there we go. I wondered about it. Oh, wait, no, there's more! Shit! Okay! I wondered about it before, yeah. I was wondering why this school has different school years all mixed up. There aren't enough classrooms. Can't help it. This building is being rented for from the forestry services after all. When she says it like that, it makes sense. But why, though? I thought our school was strange for a while now. The schoolyard is gravel, there are rooms that aren't for classes, and there's some strange sort of construction machinery parked there. Why is it being borrowed? What happened to the real school? Thank you! We're asking questions! We're there! We're doing it! You've fucking graduated to a person with interests and like... Ah! There was one here forever from before the war. It got dilapidated. They closed it down. Probably was a grand old schoolhouse. Well, because of that, the students would have to attend a school in the city. That's pretty far though, you know. Which school would that be? Did you know there's a school if you pass by the Okinomiya train station, turn at the hospital and head towards the pediatrics department? What? So far? Couldn't tell where that was by the location, but I understood it was pretty far from Reina's reaction. Well, that's why. The guys that didn't want to commute to Okinomiya rented out the building from the forestry services and are attending this pseudo-schoolhouse here. About half the children in Hinamizawa go here. There are quite a lot of kids that come here on bike. Well, since they're attending this really messed up school, it might be pretty hard for them to get into higher education. That's not true, Mi-chan. If you study properly, you can go anywhere you want. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right, that's right. I totally agree with Rainer on this one. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let's try our best. Ollie, you try your best. This old man will be rooting for you. Not just us, you too. You should be preparing for exams, shouldn't you? Your future is bleak with grades like this. Fine, just fine. If I get stuck, I'll just mooch off K-chan as he works forever. What do you mean by work forever? What do you mean? Hey, you're too loud. Be quiet during self-study. The teacher yelled at the three of us. It was completely our fault. Satoko saw it and chortled heartily. Stuck out my tongue at her in response. It is just as Mion says. This school has nothing to do with higher education, but it makes up for that by having lots of valuable things other schools don't. Cool, that's good to know. And we don't have a uniform. It's only June, but it's already so hot. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping, me, me, and at night there are mosquitoes. It might as well be summer already. My only salvation was that mornings were still cool. Summer, I do declare! Satoko was flapping her skirt languidly. That's pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she still was a girl. Keiichi does seem quite cool with just a single button-up shirt. I'm so jealous. From how I see things, the skirt you're wearing looks like it'd be much cooler. A girl like you just wouldn't understand wearing jeans during this season and how steamy the crotch gets. Don't talk to her about your crotch. Don't respond like that about the crotch. This girl had gone imagining something indecent. I guess he was talking about the crotch in a completely innocent way. That's my bad. Raina's summer clothes have a nice refreshing colour. I feel cooler just looking at them. Thank you. They really do feel pretty cool. I do wish my summer clothes were as breezy as Raina's. But Satoko-chan, your summer clothes are so cute, being a one piece and all. I'd like to wear your summer clothes. This is actually quite stuffy, you know. I do believe that what you're wearing would feel much cooler. But it would be so much more fun with cute clothes, how? I had a feeling that Rina and Satoko's base values were fundamentally different. Speaking of which, our school doesn't have a uniform. Yeah, it doesn't. As long as they're proper, then regular clothes are fine. There are quite a few students in regular clothes. There are a few wearing uniforms, but they are all the same design and rather plain. What's the uniform they're all wearing? They're all the same. That's the city school's uniform. It's not like there's a rule, but they're all wearing them. Speaking of which, everyone in our group is wearing a different uniform, aren't we? Did you go out of your way to get them from somewhere? I keep having difficulty separating which character's speaking. I need to get used to what this game does. Whenever the closed speech marks end and a new one start, that is indicating someone else is talking. I will get used to it. Why, yes, Mion-san supplied them. Mi-chan's relative runs a second-hand clothing store. They can get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say. So you asked those relatives to get a bunch of unique school uniforms, then? That Mion. She probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. That must be a strange second-hand clothing store. I get it, it's a second-hand clothing store, but stocking clothes from schools all over the country? That's pretty strange for a second-hand clothing store. What's the point in stocking up clothes from faraway schools they know nothing about? Yeah, I think so too. They also have used school swimsuits in PE uniforms. I don't like the idea of having used ones. Doesn't sound like that shop makes much money. They probably have Mion pitch in and help so they can make a bit more. Well, Mion-san says it'll be a big hit and become a great store. With such conviction. A second-hand clothing store that stocks school uniforms will be a big hit? I don't get it. Alright, tip's done. That's all I need to do. Brilliant. End of chapter 1. Wait, like, was it game over? It says continue. Oh, it's the end of chapter 1 of chapter 1. I see. Okay. That seems like a natural stopping point. I think my body will appreciate if I take it as a natural stopping point. As fucking genuinely intrigued as I am to press on. If I can play more of this as soon as possible.